I'm back. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I tried my best. I don't understand. It cut out. I'm actually sorry.
Very scrambly day so far.
Second time's the charm. Second time is the charm, but they're deep in the zone. Not a lot of heals. Phaser and King are both relatively low. You gotta hope they have something, but they have nothing. Phaser's gonna be the first one to drop. He hits in, realize I cannot be the hero. I have to go. He has no heals either. Even though this is a one tick, he has about 50 seconds on the clock to either find elimination or find any sort of heals, bandages,
I'm back,
anything.
guys. Sorry.
Oh man, Merstash, does he realize what's behind him? But PA's in. If he gets the jump onto Merstash, that could be very problematic still. Merstash at least has Swizzy and Queasy. A good replenish, but Merstash knows it's good.
Nana!
He can't press
Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know. I just freaked out because it's like I'm on the last game. I don't understand why I had to go out.
Stash. I don't even know how he
I
was
panicked,
able to
yeah.
do damage. PXN did not know where Merstash was, and even if he did, he wouldn't have gotten a siphon. But he had heals. Merstash being down now leaves Queasy and Swizzy with a decision. Do we go back in the zone? Do we get our teammate back up because no man left behind? Or do we continue on as a duo?
Right now, all I'm thinking about is what Prodoxy, Pablo, and Chino are getting up to, Jacob, because they're really starting to make a tear into this lobby. Scouting, Disco, slight pause here. They pick up Striker, bring him back into the mix. Not a whole lot of resources
Oh.
available for some of these teams, though, that are just hugging the outskirts right now. There's been so many hiccups across the way. But Clixie, Yamzo, and Higgs, they've still managed to find their footing on the side of the mountain face at Canyon Crossing.
Yeah, now they're positioned right next to Kanata. That's the knock they got earlier, where they were able to kind of accumulate a good amount of surge. Now they look towards the bottom side of that mountain. Balor, Mansour, and Adapter are the ones that are taking a lot of that focus, and they're inching closer and closer to Gabzera, Scarpa, and Way as well. Kanata knows and sees all the same things
The
along
audio
with
is
Rapid
messed up now.
and Bolts if he is still there. And they're all kind of targeting
I
off
don't
the side of the
understand.
mountain, just trying to
I
take
thought it
advantage
was
of
fine,
every
but
team
now it's
that's a little
not.
bit too slow to rotate.
It's just so dangerous
I'm looking
to go
at it
for
right
some
now.
of these half-wall edits, the window edits. You
I
peek
just
too
need to
long,
figure this
you
out
might find yourself getting
before
picked
then.
off along the way. But right now, Marius, Pixie, Vanya, all they're focusing on is how to find the best success in this last lobby. Doesn't matter how you start, what matters is how you finish, and that goes for day one here at the Global Championship.
That stat was crazy. Even though they're at the top of the leaderboard,
We're good,
they've
we're
taken
good.
more damage than they've dealt. But that just goes to show, like, how risky they're willing to play in order to get those eliminations, in order to be able to stay alive and build up that storm surge. As I see Arc taking out Alex, Anon's gonna get taken down by School. Not sure if OCE is still alive, but NA West trying to bring themselves back into this. And just by the looks of it, zone pulling so far away. Queasy, Swizzy, they realize there's no chance to get Merstash back into the game, so we have to make our numbers count.
But without Merstash, Queasy recognizes, hey, I'm gonna have to shift into gear and bring to light what kind of fragging capability I might actually be able to unleash, because some of these other teams that are just doing everything in their power to try and play catch up, you can never discredit what they might be able to accomplish. For Doxy, Chino, Pablo lurking at the very bottom of it all. They've got so much surge already. They can play fully for positioning, but Cold, Ritual, Peterbot, they are looking rough right now. They still have a good chunk of resources to actually bring their HP back up, but they're still just in such a tight position, and no one is even backing down. All day long, teams have been openly embracing the fight with Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual.
Yeah, drop spot aside, this is a game with the loot and the loadout that he has. You really have to make it count. Teddy Afko and Panzer, 678 above the damage threshold. They may not know Resigns is getting ticked by Storm Surge, but if they were close by, they could probably hear the shields crack, as Victor V is close by as well. I did see a couple of his teammates go down in the feed. I don't know if he's entirely a solo, but hey, it's Vic. Oh, well, no, that wasn't my fault, Taco. That wasn't my fault.
Okay, Aussie.
That was Ozzy. He's doing a watch party upstairs. It's definitely Ozzy's fault.
Oh, Fernoxy on the other end. He's actually got a glimpse of Queasy up in the skies. Queasy having been spotted out. He knows this is trouble. We've got to start maybe working our way down. This is not the spot to be, but Gino, Pablo, Fernoxy, they don't care. They're looking to fully collapse. They see that Queasy is weakened, and they've actually completely overthrown the ultimate high ground position. But the fact that Queasy and Swizzy are still alive, Jacob, it's still the potential for placement points to keep building.
Yeah, this is almost looking like a full circle moment, because remember, it was Fernoxy, Pablo, and Gino the ones that even took down Merstash in the first place and put him in such a rough spot overall, and they really haven't been able to recover from it since. Take a look at some of the action going down around the lobby. Kanata just taking matters into his own hands. The first knock, that was easy. The second one somehow was easier, and now Kanata's looking to pressure that third elimination. And that's something big for them, because you can see he's all by himself, still taking pressure, still taking damage from all directions, and quickly running out of builds.
But if it resembles a shotgun, Kanata can still max it out, and that's all he's looking for. A couple of Flowberry Fizzes still left at his disposal. Seti, rather weakened, but his trio mate still way too healthy. Panzer and Yapko can just overtake that part responsibility here. Panzer now holding down the walls. Hoyo, Agers, Acorn directly underneath. The elevation shifts can be brutal, but for Gino, Pablo, and Fernoxy, all above it all, they have no issues whatsoever, which is suppressing these lower teams.
This is their time right here to move up that leaderboard and hopefully maybe even get into the top 5, especially being contested by not only Tayson, but as that fight ends, so many other teams moving over in that direction as well. Marius, Pixie, and Vanya, this is one of the teams that they have to potentially go through as well. As you're seeing, Vanya get another elimination onto Mountain. That's their second one overall. 254 above the damage threshold. They're not focusing on taking any fights that they don't have to. Yamzo clicks, they both fall. Storm Surge is a huge thing that's taking them all out as the full trio's back to the lobby. Now Acorn's pressuring in. Marius sees him coming from a mile away. He goes up and over, dunking on him yet again. Now it's him versus Hoyo. Zone's gonna finish the job. Marius with back-to-back eliminations.
Marius did such an excellent job at just pushing them fully back. That is a huge come up here as Agers now forced to try and see if he can bring it together. But Marius, he's just not slowing down anytime soon. Just continuing to barrel his way forward inside of the mid-ground layers. Fernoxy, Pablo, Gino with height in their control. I just don't see a way for anybody else to actually jump up towards them anytime soon, and Gino just continues to spray all those teams making their way towards the front side of zone.
And they even reinforced it on their way on over, patiently waiting for the zone to pull. It's going to work out in their favor for the most part. And you see Pablo right now, he's the one building their top on over because he has the double pump. Letting his teammates put pressure down from above is a huge part of their game plan. As they're 257 above, Swizzy, he has taken down Peterbot, their third elimination of the game, and they're cruising inside of the top 12. This is what I'm talking about. You cannot expect this team to just go down without a fight.
It's the boost of materials that they have to work with too. Yapko recognizing directly overhead. He doesn't have an opportunity here. Wixie on the other end of his wall. Yapko going to be forced to layer swap here. He is dropping to ultimate low, but he has hardly anything left to work with here, Jacob. Backside of zone. Anyone, it might just be Ping who comes up upon Yapko, but instead it's gonna be Marius, Pixie, Vanya now looking to play spoiler to these teams in the mid-ground. Marius just continue to tear away at everybody's HP.
Yeah, that double pump, and he's putting it to use. Storm is down in the outside of the zone. Marius is gonna clean that one up. Couple more points, push them further and further closer to Queasy, who's still alive, by the way. Yapko is solo. He's just trying to get the most out of this as possible. Only 5 on the med miss, no extra builds, scrambling around, trying to catch somebody off guard, but it's he who falls to Pixie.
Gino, Pablo, and Fernoxy still in the high ground. Swizzy and Queasy now working through ultimate low. This is a night and day difference for loadouts, but Swizzy still trying to bring it all together. He only has 5 builds, but he has to take a chance to heal, and Queasy picks it up where he left off. Eliminations onto Tisco now means that Queasy has some material to work with, and Marius, he's torping his way through, but he might just run smack dab center into where Queasy is at, not to mention Fernoxy, Pablo, Gino overhead.
This is a good moment for all the players down low. They're distracted up above, but not too distracted. They drop down. Surprise attack coming from above. Down goes Queasy. Pixie's gonna follow as well. Vanya's now by himself. He gets taken down by Chino. Pablo, Tino, they're the only two alive for the team from high ground to low. They're trying to take the fight to Demas, and that one is gonna be solidified. And a much-needed Siphon comes in just in time. A 2v1 situation, and it's Pix. He's so far out of zone, and the last medkit has already been used. A last desperation attempt to make his way into the zone, and it does not work. Prodoxy, Pablo, and Gino take the game.
They knew that they were going to need an insane performance to close out the day. It's been a bit of a scuffle here, Jacob, but finding this victory royale in the final hour of day one, that could be the ultimate difference maker, starting things off in day two. First and foremost, though, we gotta see what they have to say.
Prodoxy, stand up for me, please. Cast your minds back to game one, where you were quite frankly destroyed off spawn by Tayson. But after that, you managed to turn it around. So many reboots, and finally, the victory royale. How does that feel?
I mean, after 4-2 off spawn and getting third quite every game, it feels nice to finally get to play another game out.
And for you, in those final moments as well, is the communication in a busy venue like this on LAN coming naturally? What's it like?
I mean, repeat the question, please?
I'm just asking how the comms are going.
Yeah, we can't. Oh, I mean, yeah, the MA fans are nice to have here. It's a good, it's just good vibes, yeah.
Good vibes, good vibes. Choka.
Très bonne vibe, il vient de dire. Vous mettez une très bonne ambiance, le public. Merci beaucoup. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Will you manage to have lots of more victory royale? How will you do it?
Can you say it again?
How will you have more victory royale?
For us, it just depends all on the off spawn. If we win off spawn, we're gonna get a good game no matter what, basically.
S'ils gagnent tous ces contests, eh bien, ils vont tout gagner.
Gino, you've had some hero plays today. What is driving you and the team right now after some difficult starts?
I don't know, after this year in EU with my trio, I just feel like we're the best duo here and nothing can stop us.
So tomorrow, more victory royales to prove your domination.
For sure, for sure.
Well, congratulations, guys. One more time, Leon, please. Pablo, Gino, and Prodoxy! Let's head back to the desk.
Dude, we gotta give him a hand, right? I mean, come on. The final game of the day to get a victory royale in that fashion. And guys, 19 eliminations? What is happening?
Oh, it's ridiculous. It really shouldn't be allowed. I mean, you look at these guys earlier on when they won their first game off spawn, right? Obviously, Tayson came out, you know, off the blocks hot, but then those guys won game two and they were being so aggressive.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, they're trying to make up for lost time here. I mean, this was another example of that. These guys have this ability. If you watch EU over the past 2 seasons, you'll know they have this ability. But again, to have the hubris to do this at the Global Championships, at the biggest event of the year, just shows how confident they are in their ability.
So much confidence. They were the thorn in the side of so many teams inside of this lobby, and that's exactly how we expected them to play. I think they would have been a little bit disappointed as to how the off-spawn battles have been going, especially with the third parties coming in as well. Even when they're winning, there's teams coming in, making things really, really difficult for them. But this is the Prodoxy, Pablo, and Chino that we know. We know how great they can be in these final moments, and especially for Queasy's team, right? We saw how well they did, but Pablo, Chino, and Prodoxy, not only did they W key them to eliminate Queasy initially, they also chopped them down from height, right? And made that crazy play to make that high ground take. And wow, this is exactly what we want to see in a perfect end to day number 1 for them.
You could almost see the frustration from them, right?
Yeah.
Like, they weren't even celebrating too tough because it was like they know, and Pablo alluded to it, like, if we weren't Con, we'd be having these kind of games all the time, right? We might be a whole different type of competition had that been the case. So, you know, big ups to these guys. Hope to see them sort of find some more momentum tomorrow.
That's right, that's right. So remember, this first 6 games is about setting the stage going into tomorrow's games. Guys, I want to go to the top. Queasy, Murstache, and Swizzy. I do not know how this continues to happen, right? But guys, it cannot continue to happen like this, can it?
It can.
It definitely can. I mean, looking at this, 521 points for Queasy, Swizzy, and Mustache. I mean, what I love, right? We talk about the victory royales. 3 victory royales, incredible on the day. Huge amount of eliminations. What I love, their ability to pick up the pieces, even when things don't go their way. We saw it in game number 1. They set up a hype really nicely. Everything was looking good. The zone doesn't pull their way. They said it in the interview afterwards. We got unlucky there. We'll look out for us in the next games. And what did they then go on and do? Unbelievable stuff. In that game, we saw it, of course, very, very split. Queasy going down. Then they had to try and find that reboot. And then, of course, we saw Mustache going down in the storm. The fact that Queasy and Swizzy were able to do so well in that game just shows they have everything that it takes to go all the way.
To me, that's actually the most important game. That's the game that if they go on to win the Global Championship, now you look back at that game and you say, this was it, right?
Yeah.
Because truly, a lot of people will look at a lot of their performance today and go, Levin, their game plan is so straightforward, right? You know, they're sitting up in that base at the hive. It's so easy for them. A lot of other teams can't do that, right? But they have a game like that one where the game plan gets interrupted. They can't do what they've been doing the previous 5 games, and they still find a way to deliver. Again, the makings of, you know, just an absolute goated team.
It sends a message, right, to the rest of the lobby. No matter what's going to happen, even if we get into fights, they have the ability to sort of disengage, dip from the fight, find reboots, have that gameplay IQ that we know that this team can do. But now, going into day number 2, if a team's a little bit lower down, this drop spot that they have at the Hive, right? They have the Queen there. They have all of that great loot. We've seen it be so successful for them. Will they get landed on? I'm not too sure, but that could be a problem.
And Levin, how many points back in last Globals, how many points did Peterbot Pollo go into day number 2 with?
Last year, after day 1, we were all sitting here going, wow, Peterbot Pollo, man, these guys are going to go on to win the whole thing. They had about 440 points, right? These guys have 500 plus. These guys are rolling right now. I mean, 3 victory royales back to back to back. This is something we will talk about forever in Fortnite history, in the context of, one, they still have another day to just keep adding to that total, right? You know, like they can still get more and more wins, but the 3 games in a row, you know, it's just mental to me.
I mean, guys, we've got to hear from Queasy himself. Frankie is standing by right now to get his thoughts after the first 6 games.
The king of the high ground has joined me and Choka back in the player lounge. Queasy, last year it was day 2 where you had to make up the shortfall, but on day 1 you're sitting clear at the top of the leaderboard by 101 points. The question is, can you keep this up?
I hope so. I mean, I think we're gonna change a lot of stuff for day 2, make sure our plans are perfect for like any sneak attempts and stuff like that. And we'll see tomorrow.
So the changes is not because the current game plan isn't working, it's because of the fact that now you know that there's a target on your back.
Yeah, I think so. But like, I mean, I feel like we're so far ahead that if people are like actually trying to land on us and do stuff like that, they're just like griefing themselves more than us. Because I don't know.
Well, we haven't seen you contested yet.
Yeah, we haven't.
We will see.
We've seen the Major 2 and Major 3.
We have, but not on LAN. Choka à toi.
And so you'll change maybe few things, but are you confident for tomorrow that you'll keep your consistency during the games?
If we play our early and mid game the same, yeah, easily.
All right, so for you, confidence is a key, or it's more training?
I mean, it's all practice. Practice makes perfect.
Looking at the lobby so far, who do you think is potentially going to be a threat, and who do you think could try and sneak attack you tomorrow?
I don't know, half the lobby, but we'll see, I guess. I don't know. I guess going into it, I thought it was Vanya, but they're kind of like staying on low ground, so I think we're fine.
Yeah, last year they were all about the high ground, but now they'll take what they can get, and they are coming up behind you, so we'll see tomorrow. Queasy, congratulations. Let's head back to the desk to close out day 1.
You know, one of my favorite things about Queasy is the fact that, like, even when you show up on the biggest stage that there is, and you win 3 games back to back, you're still ice cold. You know, you're still just calm, cool, and collected. I feel like if that's me and I just put on that performance, I'm geeking, right? I'm freaking out. I'm excited. I'm trying to keep the emotions back, but I can't. But Queasy's like, hey, look, there's still 6 games tomorrow to go, Zeke. If I want to win this thing, I got to stay locked in.
First things first, you'll find any reason to geek out, Zeke. We know that.
Fair.
But most importantly, job's not finished.
Yeah.
Job finished. I don't think so. He knows that. Queasy knows that better. Queasy knows that better than anyone, right? He's had to go to the last game of Global Championships multiple times, so he will be locked and loaded. I like Frankie's line of questioning, though, because this is something we have to start talking about now.
Yeah.
If these guys keep on leading the way, are people going to start looking at the Hive? Is anybody crazy enough to decide, hey, man, we got to try catch up to first place somehow. Let's just land on them. I mean, I don't want to speak into existence, but it's always a possibility.
No, you can. Feel free.
We'd love to see it, right, as a neutral viewer, but I think for them, knowing Queasy, they would have prepped for that outcome, that possibility, right? They would have prepped every single possibility in that current off-spawn situation, so I don't think that'll bring them nerves at all. I think, you know, Queasy spoke really well in that interview right there, and you need that from your IGL. I know you're saying, like, oh, I'd be going crazy, right? But, you know, you need that sort of calm force in the team, that calming nature that Queasy have is going to be so crucial. And like you said, it's all about that experience that he's had, maybe not doing so good, and maybe getting ahead of himself after day number 1, that's now forming this sort of personality, if you like, after this.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, ultimately, we might be looking at our next global champions, and I'm okay. Queasy, you can continue to be like that. Be ice cold. Maybe we can finally get EU a title. I'm just kidding, anyway. I'm Team EU, by the way, now. I've jumped ship. I'm on their side.
They're not letting you on the ship no more, man. The ship sailed. The ship is long gone.
Man overboard, and it's Zeke quite quickly.
Well, Fortnite fam, that wraps up day number 1 on the Fortnite Global Championships. Tomorrow we return with 6 more games. After those 6 games, we will know who will walk away as global champions. Tomorrow we'll be back. We'll set the stage. We'll get some more games. And we'll wrap up with some incredible Fortnite action. With that being said, as always, until tomorrow, we love you, keep yourself safe, and we'll see you on that battle bus.
Guys, appreciate you guys for watching me. Thank you guys for all the support. Wait. Let's do it.